Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Cami and on this channel we focus mainly on graphic design, and today I'm going to be creating a pole dance and aerial art studio. So I'm going to be creating all the branding for it, and the idea behind it is creating a very strong female orientated brand. So you'll see a lot of reds in there. I've also used a couple of more neutral colours like cream. And I'll be creating some nice illustrations throughout as well, something that I've done in one of my last videos which I really enjoyed. So yeah, let's get into it. So this is my mood board and I got it from Pinterest, and I collected some of the images from there just to create an overall overview of the Pinterest board so I can put it into my Illustrator. And the reason I did that is because I find myself looking at the mood board a lot, and it's easier to just scroll up and see it right there rather than leave Illustrator. And the font that I'm using is called Oh No Blaze Face, and I decided to go for this font because it felt, in a way, it felt a bit luxury, but it also feels rather funky. I really enjoy the roundness of the S, if that makes sense, the tips, and like the R. So it has this sort of circle, which I was really looking for in the font, as most of the fonts that I've seen, they usually have just lines rather than circles, if that makes sense. So this font I felt like fit very well with the vibe that I'm going for this brand, which is, it's fun, playful and bold, but I want it to also feel a bit luxury. This font adds this luxury vibe to it without going over the top. And the name of the brand is Rosa, and the meaning of it is red in Italian, and I thought it represented a brand quite well because this is a pole dance company, and when you think of things like that, you think of things like sexy and attractive and fit. And I feel like overall, if you'd give it a colour, you'd go for like a red or a pink. So that's the reason I went for this name. So I decided that this will be the logo. The logo will be a logo type. So the logo is done now by choosing the font. And I think these colours are very feminine, and I find it very important to go for this sort of feminine vibe, as most pole dance companies target females, so the ideal customer would be a female, so I think this would really attract them to go for this brand. And I decided to just go for the R in a circle. I do find circles to be a very good shape and starting point for like a logo mark, and I find it that it gives a little bit more interest in the actual image, but I could have gone for different shapes, such as like a circly star, if that makes sense, but I don't think it would fit as well with the brand, as there are some circular elements in the actual font, so it's good to represent that. As you can see, I'm making the lines as well thick of the circle to match the font, and then I'm just adding Pole Fitness and Aerial Art Studio around the R, just to ensure that the clients know that this is the Pole Fitness and Aerial Art Studio. And I do the same thing with the actual logo above, so it is a bit of a variation that you can have the logo with the actual pole dance, Pole Fitness Aerial Art Studio below, or without. And I've seen a lot of designers do this, and I find it very attractive to show the logo in different forms, so having a bit of repetition, and this would work wonderful for photography. So here you can see I'm going for the solid lines and then the outlines, and then I'm going for a solid outline, and then the final one is all solids, but it's the flag filter effect. And I also decided to do another variation of the logo mark, having the R bigger than the circle, which makes the R really stand out. So I found it very important to give different variations of the logo, as in different situations you might need a different type of logo. So maybe this logo mark that is going over the circle might not work for some things, but it might work for other things better than the simple R in the logo. So the next thing that we're going to do is a very fun part from the last video that I did, which is a bit of an inspiration. And we're going to be doing these illustrations of these women doing pole fitness and aerial arts. And I think it's important to have these sort of illustrations and patterns represent pole and aerial arts without having it in a logo, as I've seen a lot of businesses actually have a logo that is literally someone pole dancing or doing some sort of aerial arts, whether that's hoop or silks or other. And I think having a logo that really focuses on the fact of what the company is doing, such as pole, I don't find those sort of logos attractive. A logo shouldn't be saying what you do. So if you are a horse riding company or something, a lot of these people would be going for a horse. But I think a logo should represent more than what your business is doing. It should represent what your business is about and the personality and the values that you stand for. So that's what branding is all about, rather than just simply showing, oh, this is a pole dance company studio, we're gonna go for a simple pole dancing person. I hope this makes sense. I'm really bad at expressing what I mean, but I'm trying my best. So that's why we went for these sort of illustrations and patterns, as it allows this brand to show that this is a pole and aerial art studio without having it in a logo. Plus, it does have a really good effect as a pattern and an illustration, which could be easily used in also social media posts and even posters, and it could be repurposed in different ways. And after finishing the 3 ladies doing the pole fitness and aerial arts, I turn it into a more of a pattern. So I decrease the size of them and just add more basically, just to show how it would look like on a pattern. As of course it wouldn't be just 3 ladies, it would be a pattern. and I think this was a bit of a difficult job, as there's obviously a lot of things happening with them either being on a hoop or on silks or on a pole. But I think the final product did turn out well. So what I did was actually kind of make as if they are all on the same sort of silk or pole, or an extension of the hoop, having another hoop. And I think it did have a rather bold and powerful effect. And next I'll be adding the logo on top of the pattern and illustration. And whilst you watch my process, I would also like to say, if you would like to subscribe and give it a like and a comment, that would be great, if you enjoyed the process as far as we are here. So the way to change the colour of an object as a whole, you select it and then you click on edit, then edit colour, rework artwork. And yeah, this is the final product. So this is the main logo, and then we have one of the logo marks and then the other logo mark. And I think they were a very good foundation, as it allowed me to create these sort of repetition of the logo. And here you can see the use of photography with the logo, which really worked well. And by the way, you can see the photographer on the left side if you are interested. And I think it really turned out well, and I really enjoyed creating these illustrations, and I think it really added more to the brand. And like I was saying, having it in a logo, having a pole dancer or someone in a hoop or silks, I don't think it would work as good as this turned out to be, as a pattern rather than a logo. And then I showed some brand assets such as these hoodies, and then I had some tissue paper, as well as a nice sign, which I think just brings the whole brand to life. I hope that you enjoyed my video. I for sure did. And if you did, please give it a like, subscribe and comment, it would mean a lot. And yeah, you can see some of the links below that I have left for like my music if you are interested. But yeah, I'll see you next time. Bye!